Good evening, the Sultan of Silver here with you. I want to read for you tonight, as inspired by Leo, one of the fellow beardsmen, a couple poems about pipes. Tonight I have St. Bruno Flake in a country gentleman pipe. It's an old-fashioned tobacco. If you look up St. Bruno on tobaccoreviews.com, it has just incredible reviews. And it's one of the only flake tobaccos where the preservative is actually vinegar. I'm going to light it tonight with a cedar. You know, like a lot of times when you buy a cigar, it comes with a, inside the tube, like a tubed cigar, it comes with like a little cedar inside the tube. I'll just go to my candle like that. That's nice. You're actually witnessing my first time with St. Bruno Flake. I've heard about it. I didn't buy it just because of the name, but I really like the history of things. The first poem with pipe, they're short, very short poems. Let me read this to you. I love this. Give me a group of shady trees. Oh, the name of this is called Vacation Ideal, written in 1909 in Michiganesian magazine in 1909. When you look at the turn of the century, there's a lot of poetry and a lot of literature that has pipe smoking in it. It's quite fascinating. Vacation Ideal. Give me a group of shady trees, a soft and balmy southern breeze. Give me a pipe, a cozy nook, sequestered in a lively book. Give me a hammock hung with care, to swing with ease in the soft mid-air. Give me a girl, kind fate, and say, if she's just right, take these away. I get that. If you're a single guy, you spend a lot of time reading, going to movies, watching TV. You might have a little man cave, a place that you like to be all by yourself, and that you might just get tired of that. Now, at my age, I'm not tired of this. I actually seek this out, being in an environment that's candle lit, that's warm. But as a young man who was smoking a pipe, swinging on a hammock in the breeze, he felt it was a single man's activity, and that most women consider pipe smoking gross or don't want to be near a guy that smokes, especially in this day and age. If you're a smoker, my God, you might as well be Satan. It's weird. I smoke pipes and cigars, but I don't consider myself a smoker. And neither does my doctor. It's weird because I don't inhale. Here's one from Philander Chase Johnson, copyright 1900, 116 years ago. It's from the book called Nowadays Poems. And this particular one is called The Refuge. There's a still cozy nook. Now, here's that cozy nook theme that that if you just Google the phrase cozy nook in literature, you're going to see it mentioned everywhere. I have a cozy nook. This is a cozy nook for me. I've got the candlelight. I love this thing. You know, just like the brass candlestick. The oil lantern. This is a cozy nook for me. I have two very large pillows on the seat and on the back of this chair covered with a wool blanket. In the wintertime, I put a propane heater on that's over in the corner behind the camera. And I have a Mexican wool blanket that I just put on my lap, a lap blanket. And I'm as warm as can be. It can be 0 degrees or colder, and I am warm out here. It's wonderful. I might have to shovel a path through the snow to get to this, but this is called a refuge from 1900. There's still a cozy nook with a novel or two, and a generous armchair that beckons to rest, and a jar of tobacco whose wealth I may stew. I just said stew. Strew. Going through the tobacco. In and over the bowl of the pipe I like best, and there, where the incense of indolence burns, above the big armchair, the pipe and the book, it seems that life's labors, its devious turns, but lead, after all, to this still, cozy nook. The noise of the world babbles distant and soft, and the cannon's dull rattle, the trumpet's rude blare, would mellow, would war hurl this banner aloft. For gentleness can only penetrate there. 'Tis a spot that was ever a stranger to fear, a shelter 'gainst fate which no storm ever shook, and the hours are my comrades who whisper of cheer, with the generous armchair, the pipe, and the book. In other words, everything leads back to your place of comfort. You have a rough day, where do you go? To your place of comfort, to the cozy nook, reading a book. I have a huge library. I don't keep it out here with the fluctuating temperatures, but I have a couple books here. One is the writings of Edgar Allan Poe. The other one is A Grief Observed by C.S. Lewis, which I'll be reading later and doing a video about. C.S. Lewis, another pipe smoker. And finally, this was from Leo. This is the full poem from Munsey's Magazine, April 1892. First, if you don't constantly puff a pipe, you can't keep the embers going. Tamp it down. You tamp down the loose ashes to keep it all solid. Of course, this lighter is from Weirdbeard. Go to weirdbeard.com. Cannabis scented beard oil and beard balm. We might as well just dedicate this episode to Weirdbeard. Munsey's Magazine, April 1892. Published by the Baptist Church of New York, believe it or not. This is called Bachelordom, which is pretty appropriate for a single man like myself, divorced and single for 12 years. And preparing my heart and soul to meet someone again, and maybe live the last part of my life out with a partner. That would be nice. If not, I've got the cozy nook. And what's interesting about this is I'm completely content, not driven by anything except pure desire for companionship. The hormones are there, but they don't run my life. As they say, there's snow on the roof, but fire in the furnace. You gray-haired guys know what that's all about. Bachelordom. A pipe, a book, a cozy nook, a fire, at least its embers, a dog, a glass. 'Tis thus we pass such hours as one remembers. Such hours as one remembers. Who'd wish to wed? Poor Cupid's dead. These 1,000 years I wager the modern maid is but a jade. Not worth the time to cage her, in silken gown to take the town. Her first and last ambition, what good is she, to you or to me, who have but a position? So let us drink to her, but think of him who has to keep her. And sans a wife, let's spend our life in bachelordom. It's cheaper. That's interesting. The first part of it, I remember Leo wrote in one of his comments on my last pipe smoking video, was that I think he said that on Fireside Tobacco, which if you go to tobaccoreviews.com, Park Lane Tobacco Company still makes or has made recently Fireside Tobacco, which is very similar to LL Bean's tobacco called Special Blend. What's interesting is this. Did you know LL Bean actually had a pipe tobacco? I find that absolutely fascinating. Along with the boots and hats and vests and jackets and hunting and fishing gear, they sold pipe tobacco, which kind of goes hand in hand with the outdoorsman life. One last read of the first paragraph. A pipe, a book, a cozy nook, a fire, or at least its embers, a dog, a glass. To thus we pass such hours as one remembers. The precious time that you spend by yourself, with yourself, is important. Solitude is not a bad thing. It's not something to escape from. Many times, my online mentor, she took a year off in the Rocky Mountains. Adorable lady. Took a year off, went to the Rocky Mountains to contemplate, live by herself, and finds herself wanting to move back into the city to be where the action is. I get that. I understand that. I live out 4 miles outside of Philadelphia. So if I want action, I can go into the city. I work in an area that's actually busier than the city, which is only 20 minutes from me. And I had to create a retreat for myself. What you see here, this is my retreat. This is my cabin in the woods. This is my Thoreau's cabin. This is my just retreat, my escape, my cozy nook with a pipe and a book. I encourage you to do the same. It's good for your soul. It'll help you. Your dreams will come alive here. They'll get nurtured here. They won't get criticized here. When you have a place where you can go, where everything that you think and all your goals and all your dreams and your visions of the future can live and grow here. No one's going to put you down in your cozy nook. And this is where you can become whatever you want to be, even if it's just while you're here. You can be anything you want. Have a great night.